BitLocker Recovery and Management. Well, now that we know the importance of recovery keys, in TPM mode, for example, you'll need a recovery key if you have a motherboard failure that necessitates replacement. Where can we store them for safekeeping? Active Directory is a pretty good idea. Printing the key, saving it to a file, or saving it in OneDrive are also options. If you do use Active Directory for recovery key storage, a domain admin can recover a key for a user. The user can recover it himself from his Microsoft account or from a self-service portal created with Microsoft's MBAM tool. More on that in a moment. And if your company designates one or more BitLocker recovery agents, they can also recover an encrypted hard drive. There are a couple of ways that GlobalMantic can manage its BitLockered systems. Early versions of BitLocker came with virtually no management tools, but that's not the case anymore. Group Policy provides quite a collection of settings. We'll look at a few in just a minute. And the MBAM tool that I just mentioned, the Microsoft BitLocker Administration and Monitoring, is another option if GlobalMantic chooses to license the Microsoft Desktop Optimization Pack, or MDOP. The MDOP, by the way, is only available to volume license customers. Well, let's look at some of those group policy settings before we say goodbye to the topic of BitLocker. So here we are on GlobalMantic's Domain Controller DC1 and the Group Policy Editor. Under Computer Configuration, we can expand policies and administrative templates and Windows components. And underneath that, in the giant list, look at all those Windows components. Everything is a Windows component. There's BitLocker Drive Encryption. And we have a number of settings here that we can look at pertaining to IDs for our organization, drive encryption method, cipher strength, whether to save BitLocker recovery information in Active Directory. And then if I expand this out, we have group policy settings for fixed drives, data drives, fixed operating system drives, and BitLocker to-go drives, removable data drives. Taking a peek, for example, at operating system drives, here's that network unlock feature that permits unattended restarts when systems are connected to the network. Here's an important one, require additional authentication at startup. You might not suspect this from the name, but if we open this guy up, this setting is, if we enable it, what allows us to enable BitLocker without a compatible TPM. So in other words, if we want to let users put their recovery key on a flash drive that they would have to supply every time they booted their system, this is the setting that we would need to create. Other settings here have to do with disallowing non-admin users from changing the PIN or password, configuring a minimum PIN length, choosing how BitLocker protected operating system drives can be recovered, and so forth. So there are quite a few group policy settings that we can use to manage the BitLocker environment. Well, good work, my friends. You made it to the end of this course on Windows 10 deployment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.